Boo! Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold stream. On today's stream, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! However, it's not Master Duel this time. Reason being, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are playing the TCG/OCG. Technically, it's the OCG. Because new Darklord cards, PogChamp new Darklord cards. Yeah, these Darklord cards immediately tickled my fancy, and I was like, that's it. Master Duel, we're not playing that. We're gonna play Darklords. Or more specifically, I wanted to build some decks and test them. So, that's the idea. I'm excited because these cards, if you haven't read them, are crazy. However, let me actually pull them up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Every single one of these cards is like exactly what, maybe not exactly, but like more or less what Darklord wants, which is really, really fun. So, you guys for good. Crazy. Anyway, are you sure your Draco Tail will still struggle? It's not VS that limit them. It's Ripper. True. Yes, absolutely. Speaking of which, yeah, the ban list. Let's talk about the TCG ban list. I gotta scroll all the way down because it's for freaking ever. It's a big one. It's a big one. Let's get this all in one frame. So, TCG ban list. We all saw it, I would imagine. It is hefty. It's a lot. And, for the most part, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. Let's just go through this, starting with the, let's start with the unlimits down here. Most of these don't matter. I'm not gonna lie, most of these don't matter. The only ones that I think actually matter are the Snake Eye unlimits, because genuinely, you still get to do full Snake Eye combo with normal summon Snake Eye Ash. Even like normal summon Poplar still does quite a bit, due to the fact that Poplar works the way that it does, and because Doom Dragon also exists. So, that's something. Is it weaker? Arguably. But on top of that, there's also just... You can play it with Yummy. Yeah, that's a thing you could do. Not that you would. I think Yummy doesn't necessarily need that, and you're probably better off playing like the Sky Striker cards, but like you could. Right? No Moon hurts Snake Eyes. That is technically true. But I do only mean technically. Because Snake Eye doesn't need Fiendsmith to still function and to still do some crazy things. Most notably, what you can do is you can make Saryuya. So you can just make Saryuya and draw into either a whole bunch of non-engine, or more likely draw into specifically a secondary engine, like K9 or something of that nature. And then you're off to the races. The thing is, like, the Snake Eye cards just generate a ton of advantage just by themselves. So even if, technically speaking, you can't do, like, the insane overpowered things, right? You can still splash them. You can splash them in Yummy. You can splash them in K9. You can splash them in whatever. And they're just gonna be good. Yeah, the OSS ban is impactful, but the only thing it stops is specifically pivoting Diabell Star into the Snake Eye stuff. But you can still use the Snake Eye stuff. No Protoss or Featherstorm ban? Yeah, that is tragic. I still don't think like the Snake Eye cards are going to be crazy, but at the very least they are something you can do still. One thing TCG needed is free Kit Kalos. I'm going to tell you right now, that is absolutely not what the TCG needed. The TCG still has, like, a lot of tier cards unlimited. They have 3 Pearl Rhino, they have 3 Rhino Hearts, they have a bunch of actual tier element cards available to them. The thing that is currently keeping tier element not from being, like, the best or one of the best decks in the room is exactly Kit Kalos being banned. And also, it absolutely should be banned. It's insane. It's a stupid card that just shouldn't exist, period. Yeah. As much as I love Tearlament, no, that card's ban-worthy, absolutely. Similar to that of, like, Elf. Anyway, there's that. Semi-limitation, Branded Fusion. Woo. Who cares? I don't know why we haven't just removed this card's existence from the game, but alas, hip hip hooray. What's wrong with the OCG? Who said any of that? What? Did we say something about the OCG? Anyway, as for limitations, there's I mean Trident's finally back. Yay, Trident! I don't know how much this matters, but yay, Trident! They also limited Solemn Judgment. Why? I understand theoretically why this is limited. But I also don't. Solemn Judgment absolutely should not be limited, even with the side deck, because this is not the problem in the side deck. There are many worse problems. Harpy's Featherstorm, Dimensional Barrier, deck Lockdown, the myriad of, like, one-of floodgates, like Skill Drain and what have you. Like, why is this the one that's here? Konami just... huh? And also, this is paired at the same time with Lightning Storm going back to 3. This is one of the most fundamental flops of just Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole. Konami's decisions to just absolutely remove one of their coolest mechanics and the thing that genuinely makes them unique in a sense, or like compared to every other card game, which is trap cards and how cool they are. And instead of actually trying to make the mechanic work and make them interesting, they're like, no, kill them. They're not allowed to exist. Here's Lightning Storm, here's Heavy Storm, here's Feather Duster, here's Red Reboot, here's this, here's that, here's that. Oh, you want protection? No. And it's like, why? What is the... Trap cards are a core mechanic of Yu-Gi-Oh! They've been in the game since the start of the game. They are iconic. They are super interesting in the way that they specifically interact with a card game, and yet you refuse to use it. It's not like Pendulums where it's like, oh, it was flawed from the word go, where like clearly this was just going to be a poor design like through and through, and you're gonna have to balance it either by making them unplayable or by making them way too overtuned. This is trap cards. It's a core fundamental mechanic of the game, and it genuinely has been balanced for the entire history of the game until the last like 5 years, where they've just been unplayable garbage or like floodgates, and that's it. And it's like, why have we not actually had reasonable trap cards? Like every couple of years they try and print a new trap deck, and they're like, all right, here you go, here's your trap deck. And it's never actually a trap deck. Minus one time, which was Lab. But like every other time, it's just never been good. It's either been stun, or it's been like, I don't know, whatever the fuck Odeon was doing. So would I say this is a good ban list? Overall, yes. These two changes are, they tilt me off of the face of the earth. Anyway, I think Vanquish Soul got hit way too much. I think just Raisin hit would probably have been enough. Or maybe a limit to like, I don't know, something else. But like Vanquish Soul is basically put in the dirt due to the K9 cards. Same thing with Crystron. I have no idea why inclusion is on here. This seems so weird. Oh yeah, Link Karibo's back. I don't know why, but okay. Sure, why not? Lightning Storm is based. Would like it at 3 in Master Duel as well. Why? What? That's delusional. That's... Okay. Explain to me why being able to click a button and immediately invalidate more cards is a good thing. Now you can protect Herald with Link Rebo. True. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I too like having board wipes in my game that just immediately invalidate whatever my opponent was doing. Board wipes are one of the worst mechanics in a card game, period. Just straight up. Every card game has board wipes. Every time they exist, they're awful. They're terrible. They are horrible to play and to play against. They're never fun. They're never interesting. Unless there's like actually a way to board wipe without just removing the cards from the field and, you know, there's actual gameplay to it, it's always super boring. Shadowverse has several of these. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has several of these. Magic has several of these. Everyone fucking hates them. Have you ever enjoyed getting lightning stormed? Or Raigeki'd? Or what have you? Like, unless you're playing, like, Unchained, you're probably like, man, this sucks. That's so boring. Lightning Storm shouldn't exist. Harpy's Feather Duster shouldn't exist. Raigeki shouldn't exist. Dark Hole shouldn't exist. Heavy Storm shouldn't exist. Why do they exist? Tyr likes it? Sure. Yeah. Sometimes. But not really. What are you talking about? What's Tyr's end board where they're like, yeah, I would love for you to just immediately remove 90% of my points of interaction? What are you talking about? Imagine lightning storming, you know, all of the back row for Tyr. It's like, great, yeah, nice Suligek, nice Scream, nice meta noise. It'd be a shame if it just all went away. Like, yeah, they technically can do stuff, but, like, it sucks. I'd rather play Sidra Canine than playing Pluton. True. There's already a replacement for Raisin? Wait, what? No, there's not. Anyway, Lightning Storm is a card that shouldn't exist, and the fact that it's coming back is one of the fundamental flaws of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just consistently, Konami just shits on back row, and not just back row, but just like they're like, yeah, board wipes are a good idea, and it never is. It just never is. Anyway, what else? Malice Hit is nice. There should be more here than just this. Where are the Sky Striker cards? Please remove Engage. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't take another format with Engage. Just actually doing something. Just every other format, Engage is just like, alright, I'm here to ruin another format by generating a shit ton of card advantage. Hip hip hooray. Obedient School is a good limitation. I like that one. Why are we not just banning the card, though? It's a genuine question. What is the purpose of putting this card at 1? Now it's just going to feel worse when you get Obedience Schooled. It's like, oh, great. Yeah, I guess I just lose. Again, weird limitation. This one's nice to have back. Herald, it doesn't... What does Herald do? Are people playing multiple Herald? Like, that's a genuine question. I gotta know. Were people actually playing multiple Herald in Yummy? Okay, they were playing 2. Great. Awesome. Do they ever summon 2? I've only ever seen them use 1. Most of the time, they use 1. Am I wrong? Yes? When? Usually in main phase 2. I don't remember this. at any point. I literally only ever saw them summon one. Because by that point, the game was over. And it was like, great, yeah, awesome. Anyway. One on their turn, one on yours? Cool. Does that matter? I feel like by the time one Herald comes out, you're dead, right? Am I missing something? I guess it's so... yeah, I don't know. I still don't like this hit. I guess it kind of... I don't know. This feels similar to, like, SP to 1. Where it's like, yeah, I mean, it comes up. People did play 2. Also, stops them mixing with Mitsu? There's no way anyone was thinking, yeah, let's put Herald to 1 for ritual purposes. Now you can only use Gale Dogra to send 1 Herald of Arclight. I guarantee that was not the thought process. And also, if that was the reasoning behind that, that's insanity. But it's fine. Is it best to interrupt and it's stupidly annoying to deal with? Yeah, but... okay. Does that matter? Like, this... What does this do to Yummy? Like, they still just make the full Yummy board, and they still have access to Herald. This doesn't change anything. This is just a placebo effect. It's like, it changes. No, it totally did. It totally matters. When did Herald alone win a game? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then on top of that, of course, Link Karibo also comes back. But like, even without Link Karibo, just Herald, it's like, you still have all of the Yummy cards, and you still have Herald. It's not like you can't play Herald. It's just like, oh, now you can't go into the second one. But you still have the Omni Negate. You still force out the battle phase, and you still have all of the other Yummy cards. This seems... just ban the card, right? It's the same problem I have with Obedience Schooled. But like, Obedience School at the very least is like a consistency hit, which is like, okay, that's fine. But like, why would you not just ban the card? I'm getting too into weeds about this. It really doesn't matter. These are fine hits. I do appreciate them. Like, a Herald is fine. It's just like, what's the point of this? The point is that you can out one, but you spend so much resources to do so before they just make the second one, and now you can't do that anymore. Okay, counterpoint, you still can make the Herald. Yes, the opponent now has to spend more time outing Herald, right? But like, the point is that you still have the ability to do that, which still shuts down a ton of answers to the rest of the Yummy end board. The problem with the Yummy end board was not Herald, it was the fact that it could make Herald and like 10 other things. It could interact with you in pretty much like 9 different ways, all of which needed different answers, right? And it was extremely difficult to out. You still can do that. If this was actually a problem, you would take it behind the shed and put it to 0. You wouldn't put it to 1. It's beatable? Yeah, that's technically true. But like, it still exists. So clearly, if it's a problem, why would you not? This is such a, like, if it's a problem, ban it. Don't put it to 1. You can still make this. This is an extra deck monster. You gotta put it to 1. Or, sorry, you gotta put it to 0. Otherwise, it's not gonna do much. This is fine, except for the fact that now you're just gonna get sacked by it, and it's still gonna feel terrible. Like, if we're gonna hit Yummy, actually hit the cards. This feels like it doesn't actually change much. And then on top of that, of course, we also got Link Karibo. So, none of it actually mattered. The nail in the coffin was the second one? Was it? How much did that actually matter? I feel like by the point Yummy had where they were capable of making Arc like 2, you were probably dead a million ways to Sunday. Even without Arc Light. Can't you just make like Mary Melvie? The answer to that question is yes. Not that that's like exceptional, but yeah. It's a good hit to them. No, it's not! That's what I'm saying! This isn't a good hit. Partially because Link Haribo came back, and partially because you still have the Omni. You still get to make this. You still have the option, as a Yummy player, to go, cool, here's my Omni Negate board. You have to now commit your battle phase to out my end board, which then means that I get to just kill you on follow-up because I have an insane amount of cards. 99% will still be a problem at 1 or 3. Exactly. Fuck Rogue Ritual decks that rely on Herald. I understand, to be fair, I understand not banning Herald, because I don't think it's a ban-worthy card. But if Konami does think it's ban-worthy, they should ban it, not limit it. If they think it's a problem, they should ban it, not limit it. That's my issue. You still, as a Yummy player, have the ability to still make Herald. You still have the ability to kind of cut them off with the Floodgate-esque effect, as well as, of course, with the Omni Negate. And you still force out that battle phase, which matters. That's like a big thing, right? Yes, it's slightly weaker, but guess what? So is everything else. But then, of course, like, this also exists. And now you can just make this, and you can protect your Herald. And now they have to put up additional guys in order to deal with the Herald, because now you have Link Haribo as well. Oh, but also Link Haribo has the ability to bring itself back and use that effect multiple times. So, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So, and this card should just be banned. That's what I'm saying. It's like, Herald, if they think it's a problem for Yummy, they should have banned it. Putting any extra deck card, except for maybe like Snatchy, or something that you specifically have to play multiple of to get value out of. Other than that, pretty much every extra deck monster should just be banned. Putting them to 1 doesn't do anything. Because the difference between 1 and 3 is extremely negligible. Yes, it does come up, which is why people will still play multiples of those. But look at most extra decks right now, and tell me how many multiples you see. Oh, that's right, not many. Because most extra decks don't require multiple cards. Right? Look, that's a full 15 card extra deck that doesn't require a single multiple. That's the point. Is that, like, yes, it kind of matters, but you still can do the thing. You still get to make the board that's nigh unbreakable. It's like Konami, we'll put it to 1, but if you keep abusing it, we're gonna have to ban it. That's exactly it, yeah. I don't know. Again, it's like, they have to limit cards that aren't Justice Hunter cards, and so they limit them this way. It's fine. For the most part, it's fine. I'm just... why even hit Herald at that point? Like, why not just ban Obedient Schooled? And also Link Haribo shouldn't be back. I don't know why this card's back. Just, great. Yeah, awesome. Memento is probably a top choice now. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not. What does Memento do to K9? Like, you activate Haunts to special summon and then immediately turn on the entire K9 engine. It's like, oh no! And also, Memento is just worse Draco Tail. Like, wouldn't you just play Draco Tail at that point? Okay, yes, I'm not saying it's a bad hit. I'm saying it shouldn't be here. Is it a good hit? Yeah, let's do more hits to Yummy. That seems fine, right? Let's rein in the power level of it. My question is, why is it exactly where it is? It should be either here or not on the ban list. That's my issue. And it's also because it's paired with things like Obedience Schooled, which again is limited, which is good, but should be banned again. So it's just, I don't know, it just... And then it's also paired with things like Raisin and Stake Your Soul going to 1, whereas like Yummy kind of got like nothing. They got minor consistency hits, so it's like, what the why is Yummy allowed to go untouched, but Vanquish Soul is allowed to just like rot in hell? Also, Lacrima's back, which, fine. It's just what's waiting. And then, like, the bans are all fine. I'm not that big of a fan of the King of the Feral Imp ban, but it works. Right? Splash Mage. Nom 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 nom. We're eating good. Cyber's haters eating good. You love to see it. Moon being banned. Goated limitation. 10 out of 10. No notes. Such a great restriction. Because now you actually have to play light fiends in order to get into your Fiendsmith stuff, which I think is great. I think that's a fantastic way of doing things. Instead of just being like any 2 guys does full Fiendsmith combo, which is very silly. Obviously Paradise Smasher. This one was like the most obvious thing. It's like, yeah, of course Paradise Smasher is going away. Yes, OSS is still banned. A slap on the wrist is a schooled hit? Oh, I think it's the opposite. I think this is a slap on the wrist, and I think this is actually a good hit. I think Obedience Schooled is such an insane power card. It's like specifically grass for Yummy. Yeah, that's more or less what it is. It's like specifically grass in Yummy. Where it's just like, you just generate such an insane amount of value off of 1 card resolving that your opponent basically always has to answer it. And because it's not a once per turn, it means that if there are multiple copies, you just get to go, right? So like, if you do Ash it, it's like, cool, anyway, and then you just do it again. It's like Yummy Branded Fusion. Yeah, that too. This to me seems way more impactful. And again, it's also one of those things where it's like, hey, I don't know why we didn't just ban this. And then this is just like a slap on the wrist because it's still here. Schooled is a good card, yes, but if the goal was to hit consistency, then a Schooled limit did not do that. Yeah. Well, I agree and disagree. I agree that it's not necessarily specifically a consistency hit, but it is a power hit. It is both a power and a consistency hit, because the end board you are able to make off of a single Obedience School matters significantly, whereas the difference between, like, not having Obedience Schooled and having Obedience Schooled is quite substantial. What the fuck is Bulb gonna do in this deck? That's a genuine question. Didn't ban Protoss because they didn't, they'll eventually ban Banshee. I sure hope not. That sounds terrible. Why would you ban Banshee? What's she done? Oh no, my rank 4 deck can search a Pyro monster. Oh! Very silly. Anyway, yeah. Obedience Schooled is an insane card in Yummy. Yummy way into full combo? Yeah? I guess. Do you know what else does that? Obedience Schooled. Except it's even better. Because it immediately starts you off like halfway through your combo. As opposed to potentially being more interruptible via the myriad of other options available to you to stop a monster. Imp got banned? Yeah, I don't know why Imp's banned, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a very silly ban in my mind. I know, okay, to be fair, I know why it's banned. Right? I know why it's banned. I just don't agree with it. I think, to me, this makes 0 sense. Because, while, yes, being able to pivot from rank 4 into Mitsurugi is, like, powerful, why would we not just hit, like, the actual Mitsurugi cards? Like, if we think that Mitsurugi is an issue, why are we like, no, we're gonna hit the Ryzeal, or, like, Ryzeal's specific ability to get into the Mitsurugi? Like, I don't know, this just seems stupid. Someone said Josh made this ban list. Yeah, Splash Mage deserves to die. This is one of the most easily bannable cards. It killed every other reptile deck. Exactly, that's the issue. That's why I don't like King of the Feral Imp ban. It's so dumb. Like, why did we do this? Do you make yummy synchros with 2 tuners? Bulbin and Link 1 are both tuners. That is true. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that. I didn't know if it was one of those things where it's like you can treat a level 1 or a Link 1 as a level 1, but it is specifically a tuner. Yeah. Never mind, Bulb does nothing. To be fair, I don't even think it did anything anyway. Like, at that point, you could just play Snake Eye Ash, which is, like, objectively better. Am I wrong? Like, why would you ever play Bulb when you could just do the same thing with Ash and, like, a brick? But then you also generate a shit ton more advantage. Bulb was for Rika. True. Anyway. This is a limitation I don't like. I don't understand this one. This one's still just I don't get it. I really don't. Like, I get why it happened. I don't understand why it happened. I don't understand what made them think that this was worth banning. Because, like, if they don't want Ryzeal to be splashed with Mitsurugi, right, like, technically this means that, like, if you go Ryzeal, you can't then pivot into the Mitsurugi cards, which, like, sure, that's nice, right? But, like, then you're also cutting off all of the other reptile decks that use this card naturally, and so it just feels... It feels almost more like a nerf to rogue decks as opposed to the actual top tier decks, because Ryzeal still has the ability to play, like, Ryzeal cards. So you could still just play, you know, Onomat Ryzeal. You could play Heraldric Ryzeal or something of that nature, right? Or you could just play, like, more pure Mitsu. Maybe I don't know. Feral to 1 would be fine. Or you could just leave it at 3. Other reptile decks suck? Exactly! Why are we limiting them? What is this? That's the issue. Is like, this doesn't even hurt top decks that much, because Mitsu can still just do, like, all of the Mitsu stuff. Yeah, you can't splash Ryzeal in it, but Mitsu, just like pure Mitsu, has been topping. So... Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I don't know, this seems so... Yeah, now you can't pivot from... I don't know, it's fine, but I don't know why we did it. Pure Mitsu is based? Yeah. I agree. It's just, there's a lot of changes in here that I'm just like, why this? Like, again, like, Herald at 1, why? Judgment at 1, why? Linkariwa back to 1, why? What are these accomplishing, right? You know, King being banned is just like, what? What is the purpose of these cards being changed and limited? Lightning Storm going back to 3, you know, the Snake Eyes coming back to 3, stuff like that. It's just like, huh? Okay, to be fair, all of this pales in comparison to Crystron Inclusion being just nuked to 1 for some reason. Why? This is so baffling to me. Crystron was like, maybe a top 4 deck. You know, maybe a top 4. Maybe it was better than Draco Tail. Probably not, but maybe, right? But that was mostly due to the fact that, like, the Canine cards existed, as opposed to Crystron itself. But then they were like, no, we need to, you know, limit exactly Crystron Inclusion, as opposed to limiting the Canine cards. Because obviously we can't hit the Canine cards here, but it's like, why would you not just want, like, Canine Crystron to be a thing? I don't know. This seems strange. Because it's also one of those things where it's like, okay, we're limiting all of the top decks, which means, I guess Draco Tail's now more playable, but only kind of. Like, huh? Maxi still banned? True. That is true. Make room in the deck for more Canine cards. True. Canine... Konami free Tenpai? No. Feral is to sell Miracle Raven. Otherwise, they'll just play rank 4 engine. Okay. I now see the business behind it. Alright, I get it. I don't agree with it. Sure. There's a bunch of limitations that absolutely should have happened. There's a bunch of unlimits that absolutely could have happened. This isn't like a perfect ban list, but it's solid. Again, like, the TCG ban lists have been stellar up until this point. I am very nitpicking. These are phenomenal hits. All 4 of these I can absolutely see, and for the most part, I'm happy with, like, all of the bans, a lot of the limitations. I really do like it. Anyway, it's the Bird Pope all along! Anyway, I'm losing my mind over the ban list. There's just, like, I don't know. There are so many things in here that specifically itch my brain in a way that makes me want to, like, scream. And so I'm just like, I gotta scream about this. But yeah, again, for the most part, it's very good. It's very good. Darklords. Let's talk about Darklords. Darklords are very good. The new support is crazy. Magic Konami coping on Miracle Raven to sell the pack. True. I mean, they probably are, right? Ban Chandra just to fuck with Denbai. No, what they should do is ban Song and Summoning and Transcendent Dragon and then release more Tenpai cards that don't do that. Anyway, these Darklord cards are crazy. They do insanely crazy, wild things specifically for Darklord. They're like exactly what Darklord needs. I'm very excited to test them. Let's give it a shot. We also now have an actual fusion spell, which is very nice. So, great, awesome. Tournament registration. Anyway. The one of Floodgates staying to 1 annoys me. It annoys everyone. Except for apparently Konami, for some reason. I don't know why they're at 1. It baffles me. Do you know what they should do? Okay. I was thinking about this. And I was like, okay, here's how you make the Floodgates not insufferable. And then you can actually have Floodgates. You still probably need to get rid of the current ones, but one of the biggest issues that a lot of these Floodgates have is that they have these future-proof, or not future-proof, they have these, like, future sight limitations. So, for example, how do you perform a link summon? If I wanted to go into a link 2, I would take one monster and another monster, and I would send them to the graveyard, and then I would play a monster. Okay? So, from that, theoretically, the 2 monsters would leave the field before a new monster hits the field. Right? Same thing with tribute summoning. You tribute 2 monsters to summon another one. Same thing with a myriad of different things, right? The 2 monsters leave the field, and then the 3rd monster hits the field. But according to those continuous traps, that's not actually what happens. What actually happens is that at some point in time, all 3 of those monsters would exist on the board at the same time, which conflicts with the restrictions on a lot of those floodgates. So, for example, if I'm playing against my opponent who has Tikbu, there can be only one flipped up, and I use a Fiend and a Warrior monster, or I have a Fiend and a Warrior monster on my side of the field, I can't link those off for something like SP Little Knight, because that's a Warrior, nor could I link them off for Nightmare Phoenix, which is a Fiend. Which is insanity to me. Why am I locked when the 2 monsters are not on the field to conflict with the new monster? Because Konami said so. So what you do is you just don't do that. You just don't have that be a possibility. And what happens is, as a new monster is summoned, you then check at point of resolution of summon whether or not monster can be on field, and if monster can't be on field, by game mechanic, it goes away. Similar to when you flip it up, when there's already those cards on field. So like, for example, if I'm, again, in that same scenario, let's say I have 2 Fiends and a Warrior, my opponent flips up Tikbu, I'd have to send away one of the Fiends, right? So, you could just make that something that happens when new monster hits field. You check at point of resolution of summon. Can monster remain on field? It cannot. Opponent must send card. Or, like, monster must be sent. And then you can actually deal with the card. Like, so many of those cards can be easily beaten at that point. Because, like, cool, I'm going to link off my dark monsters for a light monster. Fantastic. Because they're no longer on the field. It's just better. And then they're gone. And now I have a light. And now I can, like, deal with your Gozen. Or, yeah, Gozen. Anyway. Do they still need Despia? Darklord? Probably not. But we'll see. If you are allowed to violate the condition, technically, those cards become a lot better in design. Exactly. If you can actually, like, continually change out your monsters, or just, like, the cards on field, it's, like, way better. You still have to, you know, ban summon limit and, like, anti-spell and stuff like that, but for the most part, the rest of the stuff is fine. Anyway, Darklords. There are some new cards, some very important cards. First and foremost, we gotta put in Eggshell, obviously. We gotta put in Contact, we gotta put in Banishment. Now, from here, things have changed. We actually have normal summons that actually do stuff. Nice Darklord deck activates Protoss. Yep. Anyway, search Forbidden Droplet. It's part of the combo? Oh no, a deck loses going second. That's crazy. Okay. So we have this guy, who's a new normal summon, which let's just read him. Actually, let's read him here. It says, if this card is normal special summon, you can special summon a Darklord monster from your deck in defense position, except itself. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except for fairy monsters. Notably, you could still summon Appa, which is funny. But yeah, that is extremely powerful, because now we actually have a very, very good normal summon. Our previous normal summon, which is still not terrible, is Indulged, who's still not terrible, just due to the fact that she can add a guy, which is also nice. But what she does is she gives the opponent a card and then adds a guy. Izuna is more dangerous than Protoss? Absolutely. 1000%. You activate Eggshell, there you go, Izuna, and then you die. And then you explode. However, we'll get to that. Beside the point. So now you actually have the capability of, like, giving, or not giving, of, like, special summoning an additional guy, which is very useful because you can either go into Indulge, which gives your opponent a thing, or you could go into Ukobak as well, which just sends a guy, which is also very useful, right? And then on top of that, you also would be able to go into Immediately Condemned, which could search out another guy by discarding a card, which is, again, very useful. On top of that, it could send an additional guy as well, which is, again, pretty solid. Nice. Speaking of which, let's play some of those cards. However, there's another guy, Golgalta, which is a level 6 Dark Fairy monster, that if this card is special summoned, you can special summon 2 tokens, and then you're locked for the rest of this turn, except for fairies, which is notable because they are Darklord tokens, which means they can be used for fusion summon, or they can be used for the link summon, both of which are very useful overall. And more importantly, if it's sent to the graveyard in any capacity, you get to add a Darklord card or a Forbidden Quick Play spell from deck to your hand, which notably means that now we not only have one normal summon in the new Djahute? I don't know how you would say this. Hootie. We're gonna call him Hootie because he's a bird. Not only do you have Hootie, not only do you have Indulge, but now Ukobak as well can be a good normal summon and a starter, because you can normal summon the Ukobak, you can send to the graveyard the guy that searches out one of your Darklord spells. You search out Banishment, you activate Banishment, you search out Contact, you activate Contact, you reborn the guy special summons 2 additional tokens, and then you can go off from there, which is pretty solid. Now we actually have normal summons that do things, which means we can also play something like, for example, Capricious, which is a card that just gives you an additional, tribute summon. So you can use that for things like Morningstar, which is also very useful. Thoth is the easier name, or we could call him Hootie. Anyway, what were we saying? Now, granted, this does require you to actually, summon the guy to your field, which isn't exactly, like, the most consistent, but is also not the most inconsistent, so there are ways of doing that. We still probably play at least a Superbia. I know we play a Tez at the very least. We probably still want to play, like, Nastin and Amdusk. Not entirely certain on these guys. But yeah, and then we play, like, some traps. Oh, sorry, we have one more card to talk about. Actually, we have 2 more cards. We have Darklord Pleasure, which just says, fusion summon a Dark Fairy Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials from hand, field, and or grave, and if you do, it gains 1,000 attack. If summoning a Darklord monster this way, you can use Darklord monsters your opponent controls as material, which is another reason why we are playing the Indulge. On top of that, I do think we're going to at least play 2 of this. I don't think we're going to play 3. I don't think it makes sense to play 3, but playing 2 does make sense. Orange Light. We could. I don't know if that's worth it, though. What else? We're also going to play this, which is Card Destruction. This is that, and this is that, which is all pretty solid. Did I not add this guy? I didn't. Okay. We need 3 of this guy. And then we can also play the forbidden spells. Which are probably 2 chalice, 3 droplet, right? And then we play like obviously max season in this format. So we do need that. Probably need Ash. And called by we could also play like Fua. Yeah, Fua is actually probably worth it, right? Now, what do we cut? We could cut Superbia. Superbia is not great, but it's also not terrible. We probably also don't want 3 of this now that I'm thinking about it. Even though it is nice to have, it's also something that we don't necessarily want 3 of, just due to the fact that, like, it's kind of terrible. Who's cooking these new art at Konami HQ? I don't know, but they certainly are cooking, I'll tell you that. Superbia missing timing is lame. I will say, missing timing period is lame. You don't have to conform to the OCG Banlist if you play casual duels. I probably want 2, right? Cut like Ukoback, probably cut Amdusk. I'm gonna cut Enchantment. I don't think it's great. That looks fine. Honestly, don't know how much I want Capricious. Is the extra deck monster good? Yes. I just forgot to put it in here. It's very good. Do we play more than 1 El Primero? Maybe. We'll see. What else? What else? We want... I mean, we could play, like, Allure. As opposed to Fua. Oh, Allure's at 1, isn't it? Yeah, Allure's at 1. I mean, we could. Maybe we'll do that. Is Diviner useful to dump? Yes and no. Diviner would be another normal summon. While the dump would be nice because you could dump the, what's his bucket? This guy? Golgalta. I don't know how worthwhile it is. Because it is another normal. The Link Monster discards a card to search a card, and during the end phase boosts. And it also gives you an additional, or instead of like tribute summoning monsters on field, you can banish cards to tribute summon. It's not like insane, but being able to get the additional search is very nice. Which is also kind of why I want to play additional copies of Golgalta. Because just like seeing it in hand is nice. Honestly, we might even cut, like, Contacts to 2. That was a Fiend, tragically. Let's think about what else we could play. We could play Herald of Orange Light. We could play also Diviner. Probably want to play that guy. Thrust and Talent is not terrible. I don't hate that. I don't love it, but it's not terrible. I mean, all that we do is we like put a guy on their field. But then if they do anything, Solemn Judgment, true. Torrent Drone is a 1.5 card combo. Ooh. Yay. More reasons to ban Sky Striker. We're gonna play 60? No. I'm just thinking of what we could play. I would never play 60 in Darklord. Playing 60 cards in Darklord is a terrible, no good, very bad idea. For 2 reasons. 1, Darklords absolutely need a critical mass of Darklords in hand. And 2, they don't really accomplish anything unless you see the specific Darklords. Like, again, you know, you kind of need things like Banishment and what have you. So, no, probably not. What else? We have Underworld Goddess. We have you. What kind of... Oh, gosh. What kind of fairy extra deck monsters? Ah, we can make Cherubini. What does that accomplish? It allows me to play Terror Top to go Uko back, and then if we hard draw Contact, we could do something there. You're right, that doesn't do anything. Goddess into full Fiendsmith. True! We just make the hard Underworld Goddess. Agent Moon? That's like not a terrible option. I don't love it though. It's not terrible. Where is she? Hippo Shinnigan. True. Would the level 9 fairy be useful? Arguably. With Diviner, you probably would play it. If you're not playing Diviner, you wouldn't. This guy's a fairy? That's when? These lock me into special something, right? Yeah. So that's kind of difficult to play around. Is it worth playing the branded cards? Like the Despia cards? Probably not, right? Like, you don't really accomplish anything with this deck. Vylon, true, Decima. This guy's a fairy? I thought he was a fiend. Ah, yes, of course, my angelic Shockmaster. Comedy. Yo, I can make Herald. Don't ask what I'm doing with it, but I could make it. That's the important part. Yeah, there's not really a lot that we can do. Does this guy do anything? Yeah, the Sanctuary of the Sky. If another face up, you control is sent to the graveyard, you banish a fairy monster from your grave, special summon a fairy monster from your hand, whose level is higher than that banished monster's. No, not really. Or I could do Dagda. It does. I didn't even know this. I guess that makes sense. Oh, I'm well aware that Fairy is Angel in the OCG. Don't make Herald. They'll ban it. True. Honestly, I'm like... I'm like genuinely thinking about what I even play in the extra. We could play like Board Breaker style, and we could play cut you. We cut you. Cut you down to 1. Cut you... Oh, whoops. Sorry, wrong one. How about... Fuck me in the ass. Oh. How do I add... Does anyone know the hotkey on Omega to add a guy that's already in your deck? I don't remember how to do that. Or just, like, add copies of a guy. I'm thinking playing, like, a more board breaker style deck is probably going to be good. Do I just cut Ash? That seems so terrible is the problem. Like, I hard die to both Maxi and Ash. Well, I guess I don't die to Ash Blossom anymore. But, like, I do die to Maxi. Click and hold. You're right. It is that one. Thank you. Yeah, we could do that. But this blocks you from drawing. Oh, never mind. Yeah, no. I lied. We can't do that. That's not allowed. That's illegal. Can't do that. There's a Fairy Fusion Engine. Melodious? Yeah, we could play Melodious. Hold on. Does Melodious do anything? Yeah, because we could, like... Hold on. Hold on. What does the Melodious engine accomplish here? Thinking thoughts, I'm thinking thoughts. They're being thunk. What am I missing? It's this one, right? This is like the engine you would play. And you would go... I think I still need Concerto, right? Cardes? Cardes isn't terrible. Walks into lights for pendulum summoning. Oh my gosh, dude. Reading this is... Hep. You don't know let's go his face up in your extra... Sorry, hold on. If Melodious Fusion Monster... What is it that locks you? Is it the pendulum effects? You cannot pendulum summon except for light monsters. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That might be a reason to play, like, Herald. But, hold on. If you go Ostinato, you go Baka, right? Send, right? Special summon the Melodious for this guy. Effect to add a monster. Add this guy. This guy reveals. Special summon Soprano. Right. And then you link for Condemned. Condemned pitch. Add a what have you, and then we haven't used our normal, right? Because then we could grab pretty much anything. That's actually not terrible. Movement Solo, Shopina, and Bloom Harmonist. These also lock you into lights for Pendulum something, but that's fine. But yeah. We wouldn't play any of those. But then, because of the Melodious cards, we could cut out things like Indulged, which aren't, like, great normal summons. We could also cut down on the number, like, we could cut down on Contact, we could cut down on, like, a bunch of different things. Like, we could cut down on this, we don't need Superbia, we don't need you, we wouldn't need you, cut... Cut you. Cut you and you and you. You're still good. Probably don't play you. Like that? And we just play like max fucking engine. I don't hate it. 3 nib and a droll. Like, that's not terrible, right? Am I crazy? Is that terrible? Is Onomat now the best Ryziel variant? Probably. Yeah, probably. Though Mitsu is still not, like, terrible for Ryziel. Yes, you can't pivot between Ryziel into Mitsu, but you can still just play Mitsu, which is also not terrible. Summon Sork would be terrible because we get locked into fairies pretty effectively, or pretty easily, I should say. Parshath's not terrible, but it's also not great because it only special summons from hand. This guy, right? If another face-up fairy you control sent to the graveyard, you can banish a fairy from your grave to special summon a fairy from hand, whose level is different. Or, sorry, specifically higher. That one's, like, okay. Because you could, like, special this guy, link him off for the 3, and then, like, special, I don't know, Ixchel. The problem is there's not really, like, a lot of good targets for him. It's still Mitsu. The lack of a bridge just means you have to draw the cards, but it's still the best. I don't know if it is the best, but I think it's close. I think there's still a reason to play, like, Ryziel Mitsu. But the problem is, why would you play the Ryziel cards if they're not getting you into the Mitsu cards? Why not just play more Mitsu? Right? That's like the other problem. Is like, now there's not really an incentive for the Mitsu half of the deck to play Mitsurugi. Or, sorry, to play Ryziel, right? It's like, at that point, just play Mitsurugi. Whereas, like, Ryziel also has, like, if you think that Ryziel's worth playing, why not just play the Onomat cards, which get into the Ryziel cards more effectively, right? That's kind of the problem with both of those, is, like, now, because of the limitation on specifically Feral Imps, there's not an incentive to play both of them together when there are better options outside of them. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see if it matters, right? What other Melodious monsters? Is it worth playing other Melodious monsters? Like, we could play a second Baka. We could play... I guess we could play this, right? Because you're a Maestra. So we could play this, because we could also play Concerto. We could play... this one, I guess. And then, like, Typhon. And, like, SP. Yeah. We're gonna do some test hands. Darklord, yes. We're gonna test here. Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna normal summon this guy. We're gonna go effect. We're gonna special indulged. I guess we could just immediately special summon this guy, right? No, because we have Eggshell in hand. We'd want to go indulged here. We go indulged. We would give our opponent the Uko back because I specifically want this guy. Okay, and then I guess we could hold on. I gotta read this card. Yeah, I think we can do this. We go link off those two for this guy. We go effect. We pitch this. We add Tez here, I guess. Cool. Then we'll go like this. Send this guy. Draw 2. Activate Golgotha. Grab Contact. Could have grabbed Forbidden Droplet there. Is that better? Since we already have the Contact in hand? Maybe, probably not, right? Maybe kinda not really. Yeah. Okay, let's go Banishment. Grab Morningstar here. It's Pleasure, right? Like 1000% of the time it's Pleasure. Grab Pleasure. Go Contact. Contact back this guy. No, you can't copy. Contact back Eggshell. No, that's fine. Go Eggshell effect. Grab Contact. Contact this guy? Goal for 2. 2 additional tokens. And we can go into this guy. Oh, except for the fact that I'm lying to you, because that requires specifically effect monsters. Same type and attribute, except tokens. Oh. That's okay, because we can activate this. We could go into El Primero here. We always go this guy. We go you. Can I not use this guy? Hold on. What? Huh? Wait, is this guy not a Darklord? No, what the fuck? What the fuck, game? Wait, why can't I... What? What am I missing? If summoning a Darklord monster this way, you can also use Darklord monsters your opponent controls as material. Why game bug? Is Konami trying to shift TCG to Master Duel? No. Yeah, I should be able. I should be able to use the Uko back there. These cards are new. It's fine. No, that's fine. Let's set this one and this one. Cool. Then let's go effect for Pleasure for El Primero. Okay, now I can use it. Hey, yo, what? Huh? Okay, this guy might not be counted currently as a Darklord card. I'm not gonna lie, he might not technically be considered a Darklord card. He should be, but I don't think he is. Which makes sense. We're gonna target the opponent's card, and then we're gonna target the... you... and... I don't want to banish Indulge. I guess that is the play, though, is to just banish Indulge. Out comes El Primero. Yeah, that's... no, that's fine. We're gonna go into this guy, using these two. And then we'll go like this. Can I not special summon this guy? Oh, I can't. I'm stupid. Okay, that's fine. We'll special summon you. Then we'll go Songstress, and we'll grab this one. Yup. And then we'll activate. And we will immediately realize our folly. Because this reads the way that it does, and I'm stupid. That's my bad. I should have grabbed the other monster and, like, done something with it. Okay, that's fine. We're learning. We are learning. Okay, this is actually pretty good, right? Except for the fact that I'm lying to you and it's terrible. It's fine. It's fine. Fusion needs level 6. Oh, you're right! I forgot that this card has text. Never mind. I knew it was something. Thank you. I forgot about that text. You're right, you're right. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, I could have gone El Primero first there. Or second there. Or something. Okay, yeah, and then we just, like, pass. And we gain 25. Humongous. And this copies, right? So we have the ability to copy with this guy. We have the send. We have that. We have that to send another guy. We have the Ixchel Engrave. We also have this guy, which can generate additional tokens. Not that that necessarily matters, because we probably want Ixchel to, like, search a card there. And we have, like, an insane follow-up. And we just have, like, a big, untargetable board. And it's also safe for one turn. Okay, cool. Let's try again. Let's see if we get... okay, this time we get to start with the Melodious stuff and see what this accomplishes. So I want to see what we can accomplish off of just the Melodious. So we're going to send you, and normally we would send you, but since we already have you, we're just going to send the second one. We're going to go into this guy. We're going to activate the effect. We're going to special summon this guy. We're going to go effect of this guy. We're going to grab this guy. We're going to go effect of this guy. Special this one. Now, I could do a myriad of things here. I have a wide array of things available to me at this point. For example, I could go for a rank 4 here. I obviously don't have a rank 4, but that is something I could do with the Melodious stuff, right? Is like, oh, cool, I gain access to a rank 4. So I could go into, like, I don't know, what, like, Dugaris here or something like that. And then with Dugaris, like, draw an additional 2 cards or something else of that nature. Is that worth it? We could also go... I could also make Boguska. True. I could make, like, a Redoer. I could make... There's not really, like, any Link monsters I could realistically make that do anything. Am I missing something? Not necessarily. Sorry. I could go like IP Masquerena, which is actually pretty solid because it would also give me access to Moon, which is very strong. That's probably the play, right? Is that we go into IP. Fusion Deployment Alt Art is sick. What Fusion Deployment Alt Art? The problem is we can't really do that until we go into this guy, right? So we have to activate this first. So we can grab Concerto. Do you limit me in some capacity? At the moment, no. Okay. If that is the case, then yeah, we probably cut like one of each of these and play like play like IP and then like a rank 4 maybe? Like Dugaris? Like, yeah. Play something else. Florian Deployment's alt arts were just revealed. Ah, okay. Granite Search Knit. That is actually hilarious and probably worth doing. That's actually very smart. Except for the fact that it's not, because like our board is very sticky. And I think that's one of the things that's going to make it useful. So it's probably better to play like Dugaris and just draw 2, right? Yeah, it'd probably just be Dugaris and then use it as link material. Right. I guess the problem with that is... Yeah, we'd go like Dugaris, we'd draw 2, we'd link off into IP, and then IP, we'd then like Reborn a guy off of that. Yeah, that's probably the play, huh? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's gonna... I'm immediately going to change the deck. And we're going to add that in. So we're gonna cut you, we're gonna cut you. I think we only need one of each, let's be honest. We're gonna play IP. And we're gonna play Dugaris. And then... Is there anything else I would want to change? I don't think I want Amdusk. I think I want something else other than Amdusk. It's a good question. What other than Dugaris? We could play another Trap. I don't love that, but we could. We could just play the, like, second Indulged, or the second Golgalta. Don't hate that. The problem is this card doesn't do anything by itself, so I don't really want to play that additional card. Could just play another Chalice. That's also not terrible. But it's also not great, right? It's probably Indulged, right? I'm even wondering if we play Morningstar. Morningstar definitely feels like a side deck option, right? Where it's like it's probably very useful in the side deck, but not very useful in the main deck. But I don't know. I also am a big fan of like triple tag. Both thrust and talents are very good. Because like we have a consistent way of giving our opponent an additional card. I think this is fine. I think this is fine for now. Okay, we are going to retry. Because I want to do the Melodious thing. Okay. So we're going to do the Melodious thing. We drew Ostinato. We're going to go Ostinato. We're gonna go Baka. We're gonna send you and you. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go Effecto Patronum. We're gonna grab this guy. We're gonna go this guy. We're gonna grab this guy. We're gonna reveal. We're gonna summon this guy. This doesn't lock me, right? No. Okay, sick. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna add this guy back to hand. We're gonna go Doug. We're gonna go Doug. We're gonna draw 2. Yep. We're gonna draw 2. What do we draw into? Hey, look, it's that guy. Yep, we're absolutely gonna activate this guy's effect. We already drew into Pleasure as well, which is very interesting. So I think I actually just draw a droplet here. We're gonna go now into... Oh, shit. I goofed. I was supposed to activate this guy first. Alright, let's try again. Hold on. Hold! Hold phone. Nope, didn't work. Nope, didn't work. This hand is terrible, by the way. There it is. Okay. Cool. Okay. Ostinato. Into this guy. Send you. Here. This guy. Effect. Special summon this guy. Add this guy. Special. Okay. Add to hand. Now we activate this one. Before going to Garis, we activate this one. We activate the effect. We add Concerto. Then we can go Doug. Duggaris. Out comes Duggaris. Activate effect. Detach both. Draw 2. Discard 1. Draw into... Nothing really notable, so we're going to pitch that guy. And then we get to go into IP. Here. And we're going to go Maestra. I'm going to go this guy. Here. And then we're going to go... Thinking. We're going to go like this. Into... Baka. You and you. Here. Into Baka. Effect. That's fine. Oh, I goofed. Thinking. I could fusion summon, but I can't go into Bloom here, is the problem. Because I goofed up my... this guy. I think I wasn't supposed to pitch this guy. I think I was supposed to keep one. So that I could activate it in the pendulum scale. And then... it would have scaled itself. I would have kept the other one. And then I could have pendulum summoned it from hand. And then had the extra body to go into Bloom. That's fine. Doesn't matter. It's okay. Because we're going to just link these two off into this guy. Is this a terrible, no good, very bad idea? Yes. Are we doing it anyway? Yes. Anyway, now we get to go into this guy. We're going to add to our hand. We're going to add Contact. Even though we don't have anything engraved technically at the moment. Because now we're going to go this guy. We're going to activate the effect. We're going to special summon out this guy. Indulged is going to activate its effect. And we are going to give to our opponent... Could give them Ixchel here for pleasure. That sounds very funny, I'm not going to lie. So we could do that. Give them Ixchel. Do you know what's funny? I could give them the level 6 and just, like, play the skill issue game and be like, alright, here's your guy. This would only, like, work on auto sims, too. Because in paper, it's like, okay, here's your guy. By the way, he triggers on... Or, like, he can trigger on summon. And then they, like, generate 2 tokens and then be turned off for the turn. It's like a terrible idea, but it is something you could do. Like, alright, here's your guy, and then they trigger, generates 2 tokens, and then you can't be nibbed, you can't be, because they're locked into fairies. It's not a good idea, because they could just say no. And also, you're giving them 3 material worth of guys, but it's still funny. That is technically something you could do. Yeah, we'll do these 2. You're gonna have Uko back, and I'm gonna draw my guy. Yup. We're gonna link off into this guy using these 2. We're gonna activate the effect here, pitching you, adding. Have I normaled? Yeah, I normaled that guy. So we're gonna add the Tez, add effect of this guy. To add pleasure. Yup. We'll go like this. We will reborn this guy. We will activate the effect. We will generate some tokens. We'll go pleasure. For this guy with these 2. Yup. Activate effect. Setting you. You and you. Then we'll go like this. We will copy. What do I actually have engraved? Hold on. Nope. Let me. There we go. We just have that guy. Okay. So I think we go pleasure. No. Well, hold on. If we go search... No, yeah, we go pleasure here. We go pleasure, we go into this guy, we go you. Banish everything into this guy. And then we simply set, and we set, and we pass. Gain 25. And then we have the ability to immediately search. We can go like this, and we can search out a guy. It's probably like search eggshell, probably, right? Annoying a judge. Oh, hey, do you want to trigger his effect to summon tokens? Oh, by the way, he has an on-summon effect. Oh, what does he do? He summons tokens. Oh, really? Yep. That's all he does, trust. Again, that's why I said, like, oh, this is something you would only do in an auto sim, where it's like, the opponent gets a trigger effect notification. Yeah. So, yeah, this looks crazy. And that's pretty much, not entirely, but pretty much off of the effect of one guy, right? Can I not make that guy? Can I make a different guy? No, you're gonna force me into that guy. Okay, cool. Thanks, game. We'll add, I don't know, Chalice. that motherfucking Jar of Greed? Contact. Jar of Greed. Whoa. This guy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we can reborn even the, these ones, which is crazy. Isn't that crazy? Alright, let's go like this. Let's add pleasure. Why did I do that? I literally don't have target for this. I literally don't have anything for that. It's fine. Bro's dead, don't worry about it. Can I import images to Omega? Me? I don't know. Perhaps. Oh! Is there a way to change this? Does anyone know how to do that? Is that a thing you can do? There probably is. Like, I could probably go into the files, like, on my own version of it and, like, import stuff. But then again, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't seem bad. That doesn't seem bad. Now, the question is, can I actually play these? Like, if I go... No. And my question is, fucking no. Do. Where's my... Hold on. Did that deck not save? No, it's right there. I should be able to in casual. Yeah. It's tedious. Just wait for them to create their own. Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine for the most part. Scissors. Oh. Scissors. Anyway. Let's fucking go! Alright. Okay, let's see how this goes. We're gonna start here with this one. We're gonna draw two. We did in fact draw two. Cool. Let's normal summon Indulged. Mm-hmm. Fuck my roll. Mm-hmm. Thinking. I should normal Luke go back there, to be fair. Uh-huh. Okay. Sure. Okay. Contact. Magnum. Sure. Targeting. Also, of course, they drew Magnum. Did you target Indulged? No, you targeted the eggshell. Okay, sure. Indulged. I am gonna ash this. I don't want you having a bestial. Thank you. Now I'm locked into fairies. But if I go like this, what does it accomplish? Kind of nothing. To be fair, nothing I do really accomplishes anything at this point. We'll go like this, into this guy. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, just piss off. I hate having to play against those players. Where it's just like every action just takes like 10 years because they're like, you summon a guy! On summon, I have a thing! I was like, oh my, yeah, mm-hmm. Also, who the hell is playing Bestials right now? In the OCG? Bruh. There's one person playing. That was it. There was one person. Dawn Angel. What? Hello? Am I just like disconnecting? What the heck? Theoretically, you could play it. Like, it's not terrible. There's not really a purpose to it, though, because it requires you to already have the monsters necessary. And it's not like we have a level 1 where you could, like, tribute itself to special summon on the level 1. So you'd still need something else anyway. So. What are the new cards? Reprints. Yay! Fleur-de-lis. Woo. Fusion deployment. Woo. And then a bunch of other crap. Woo. Alt arts. Woo. I don't like this one. That's not fusion deployment. Also, that's absolutely not Fleur-de-lis. Don't care what you try and tell me. It's not Fleur-de-lis. True. Hello. Alright, chat. Is anyone playing Omega right now? Maybe I'll just host one. What did Albaz do? So much. He did so much. Irreparable damage to my mental. That's what he did. Stop super polying my guys! Piss off! And now I'm just stuck in queue. Can't even... The problem is I want the ban list that's not... How many extra rules? Master Rule 5? You mean for revision. No raisin, no steak. Yeah, no more stealing of noses. Is there a way? Oh, that's fine. Rescue Ace cards are back, I suppose? Yeah. Unreleased and beta cards are in a different toggle in the special rules? Oh, really? Extra rules. Boss duel? What the fuck is a boss duel? Man, I just want to play with the new cards, but no one's playing. We found one guy. That guy was playing Bestials, and I immediately left. Because I figured I'd be able to find another person. And also, I lost that game, to be fair. Like, the game was over. I should have normal summoned Ukobak. Ukobak technically would have been better there because we already eggshelled. We drew into contact, and then I could have collected contact. Anyway, it would have been better if I'd done it differently, too. But Konami forced the TCG players to give the opponent's nose back. No. No. But in the OCG, it's totally fine. Stealing noses. Criminal. Bruh. Is anyone currently playing Omega? Or does anyone want to play Omega against me right now? So that I can test the new cards. If you are interested, let me know. Omega never downloads properly on your computer? Tragic. That is annoying. I think Omega is, like, by far the best of the simulators. At least, like, non-official. Obviously, like, Master Duel is the go-to. We have a person! This hand's pretty good. It's not like exceptional, but it's decent. Bro, really? Just locks you in a loading screen? Tragic. Oh my god, dude. Piss off. Why the fuck are you in the casual ladder? Piss off. Go play ranked. You decided to snipe me? Why? Also, you decided to snipe me with fucking Vanquish Soul. Yeah, dude, definitely. Wow, crazy. Had no other OCG deck. Okay. Do should I have tried to break? No, I shouldn't have. I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe I should have stuck in that game. I don't think I should have. I think that game was hard over. And it would have taken like 30 minutes to figure out. God, this hand is kind of ass. Don't have imperm. Yes. Okay, you and you. There you go. Okay, let's go contact here. Contact you. And your effect. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. We'll go banishment here. We will add pleasure. We'll go pleasure. This guy, you and you. Here, there. Add you and you. Set. Contact. Here, there. Just that guy engrave? It's like not great. Oh, yeah, fair. Now we're actually finding people. Yay! We have Uko back in hand. Okay, let's do this. Uko back. Send this guy. Effect. Add. Eggshell. Effect. Pitch. Raw 2. That's funny. Well, I do die here to Ash Blossom on this. They didn't Ash. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I have to think here. If I go with this guy, I generate 2 tokens. Then I don't have a surge. So yeah, I guess we go Eggshell here. We'll grab Contact. Or not Contact, we'll grab Pleasure. We'll link here. Honestly, I'd probably link into IP, huh? Oh, I could fusion someone using Concerto? Wait, what do you require? Huh. Wait, what? Oh, fusion summon's a fairy fusion monster. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, we still go this guy. We're gonna go effect, pitch, add. We'll add this one to hand. This monster's on field. Hand, field, or pendulum zones. Okay, cool. We're gonna go fusion summon here. El Primero. 1, 2, 3. El Primero. Effect. Reborn. This guy. Special this guy. Give you this guy, and give me this guy. There you go. Here's guy. I grab this guy. Okay. We're gonna go this, you, and you here. How many life points do I have? 6. Effect. You. There. Yep. They thought about it. Cool. We'll go like this. We'll contact. We'll go back. And then we'll go into. We'll just go into this guy. Pass. Wasn't Nib. Interesting. What the hell was it? Sure. Okay. There's Sidra. Yeah, that's fine. Second side draw. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Why'd we use our normal summon if we had that for something like core? Why did we use our normal summon? Okay, yeah. It's casual. It's casual. It's fine. That's normal. That's, yep, for sure. Monster Reborn, sure. Targeting. They're really thinking. That guy. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Do they not play Chimera Tech? Nova. Sure. Get his ass. Okay, this music just got funky. Hold. Let's grab this guy. Okay. Sure. Let's go into this guy. Add Morningstar. I'm honestly wondering if we even play Morningstar at this point. Tribute. Banish. Yo. Here. Summon, I guess this guy. Sure. Defense. He's a guy, right? Did I not gain any life points? I milled 3 Ash. Are you kidding me? That's so funny, dude. That is very cheese-dozo. Yeah, we'll just go combat here. Yes. Damage calc, all of that jazz. Yeah, it's fine. I like half expect a Fader here. But doesn't look like it. Cool, good game. Cool, good game. Hey, I can beat Cyber Dragon. At least I can beat Cyber Dragon. Don't look at what I clicked. Okay. Here we go. Immediately dies to Ash. Or Lakukaracha. Send those two. Out comes this guy. Imperm? No. Crazy. Alright, out comes this guy. Let's go. We're off to the races. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Activate. Effecto. Add. Concerto. Into Doug. Duggarus. Detach. Draw 2. We have Pleasure. We're gonna pitch you. Only go off into SP. Maestra into it's this guy. Oh, this is the one that specials. Oh, I'm stupid. It's fine for the most part. Let's go Baka. Okay, and now we can go for... Let's go like this. Let's let's grab... Yeah, it's probably this guy, huh? Since we already have pleasure in hand? Yeah, okay. Let's go like this. Let's go effect. Special you. Your effect. This guy and this guy. You can have that guy. I'm gonna take my guy. Do you have an Ukovac trigger here? Wait! Hey, wait a second. Do you have an effect trigger here? That'd be real cool. Yeah! Comedy. Let's fucking go. It's the mirror! Yeah, Grab droplet. No, we're grabbing pleasure here. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, cool. In which case, let's go like this, here. Yep. Activate effect, pitch. Add the eggshell to hand. Yep. Effecto. Grab. Contacto. And then let's go eggshell. Pitch. Draw 2. Not 2 great draws, to be fair. Let's go contact here for eggshell. Yeah, we'll go eggshell here for contact. If I summon that guy, he doesn't do anything, so we'll go like this. We'll go for pleasure here. We'll go this guy. You. And the one on the field. I don't love banishing that guy, but it is technically the correct play. You, contact. We'll immediately do this. Go for pleasure. Sir, what do you have? Let's go you, and you, and you, here. And then link for this guy. Oh, I can't do that. I mean, I can, but I can't. Reborn? Yeah, let's actually do that. This guy here, effect, add back you. It's all part of the plan. Trust. Debaka. And then inserto. Yo, I could pen summon. What does that accomplish? True. Hadn't thought about that. It puts a guy on field, which is, like, not terrible. That's probably not worth it, though. What do you do? No, that's fine. We'll just, pass the turn here. With a million cards in hand. I didn't set droplet? Oh, I'm fucking stupid? I didn't set droplet. Ah, it's fine. I wasn't paying attention. quadruples. Did we just send our whole fucking hand? Oh, I'm so glad I get to do this. I'm gonna send you. And we're gonna go IP. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sick. Coolio. Oh shit, what the fuck? We're gonna banish your... this guy. And I'm also gonna do this. I'm gonna banish your... this guy, and this guy. No, Neston doesn't fucking matter. Goddess is immune to droplet, right? Yes. Do you know what else is immune to droplet? Not the right number of guys. Sure, let's go like this. Let's reborn this guy here. Bro's playing Nastin. Dude, I fucking hate Nastin. That's no way. He misses timing! Or he just actually doesn't fucking do anything. Yeah, dude, sure. Why do we summon this guy? What does this guy do? Please make Typhon. Typhon goes crazy here. Yeah. Do you want a rematch? He does not want a rematch. Dang. I kind of wanted to see that guy's list, but too bad. We can't. You hate to see it. I don't know, that was funny. That was funny at the very least. I don't know how good it was, but it was funny. Hey, at least we can beat what Darklord theoretically could do. To be fair, we did go first, but we also gave them the outs to our own board, which is kind of funny. This is also why you don't droplet for everything. Oh shit, you're back. Rude. How's the Darklord cards? They're pretty cool. I really like them. Mm-hmm. Sure. Mm-hmm. Golem. This is just Snake Eyes. Sure. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, the new support seems really, really good. Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure. Draw called by Ash. What? What'd you get? Ash, of course. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. That was funnier in your head? What was funny? Winning the coin flip and then playing an FTK? Like, yeah, of course I'm not going to be able to beat that. Let's give you... Yeah, I guess we go like this, like this. We can have this guy. Something funny about sniping someone. With Snake Eye Millennium, Fiendsmith Azamina in casual. Yeah, I guess. Sure, yeah. Sure. Okay. Sick. Let's go. Yeah, let's go with this guy here. Pitch. Add. Add. Pleasure here. You. Not you. You. Here. This guy. you, and you. There, there. You can't have nib. You have... What? Mourner? No. Droll? It can't be Droll. What could they have here? What? What do you have that's activatable now and not previously? Huh? Huh? Okay. We'll contact you. We'll contact this guy. Token. Token. Let's go with this guy. Contact you. This guy for this. Oh, I could have removed another guy from their field, and I absolutely should have. That's just on me. That's on me. That's on me. I'm being stupid. I haven't used Ugo back side, right? Yeah. So we'll go Ugo back here, and we'll just send Pleasure. Yup. And then we'll go this guy here. We'll set 1. We'll set 2, and we'll pass the turn. Gain 35! Huge. Let's go Cockroach. Called by... Sure. You have Called by 2, Electric Boogaloo. Droplet? Sure. What are we sending? We sent 3 again? Interesting. Okay. Sure. We allowed me to keep this one. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, let's go. We'll go back. Sure. We'll go back. Yep, that's fine. Yep. Yup. Don't we just send, Actually, what do we send here? Yeah, there's not really a good target. It's probably just Indulge, right? Oh, Superbia makes sense. Yeah, Superbia makes sense. Sure. Oh, those are the wrong 2. We'll send you. And now we make Typhon. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay, I have noticed something. Don't need this. I need the extra copy of... Well, not that one. The extra copy of this guy. Mostly just for extra access to, like, your engine through an additional pleasure. That's pretty much it. I've never needed the second Baka, because I can always just go Schuberta. So there's that. I also haven't yet made Etoil. So you could probably also cut that for a second El Primero. I also haven't needed this, but it's not terrible. I don't know. It's a cool deck though. I do like the Darklords. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Deck seems cool. It's not crazy, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Obviously, it's not like... I don't know. I also don't... I don't love Morningstar. Honestly, I kind of want to cut Morningstar for, like... I don't know, maybe a second Golgulta. Or... like an Amdusk or something. Yeah, Morningstar has just, like, never come up. I wonder... Okay, I'm gonna save this for now. We're going to... Wrong buttons. Wrong buttons. Is there a way to copy this? What is this? What is this button? Is there a way to copy? Clone. So I want to cut the Melodious cards. And maybe play like a board breaker variant. Yeah. Yeah? With like Ultimate Slayer and such. I don't know how good Ultimate Slayer is right now. It's actually probably terrible, right? So like Dark Ruler and such. Am I wrong? Do we actually play Chalice? I don't think Chalice is worth it, right? Like, when am I ever actually going to use Chalice? Like, in theory, it's nice, but in practice, I don't think I'd ever use it, right? Yeah, probably not. Okay, let's play Triple Tack. Triple Tack. Playing Thrust, we'll play Evenly, or, Talents. We'll play... Do we play Evenly? Let's play, Fua. Fua's not, like, great. Perulia's not, like, not terrible right now. Maybe we play 2 and 2. And then, like, we side the other ones. And then we play, like, Evenly. And... what's the last card? We play... something else, right? I don't know how good this one is then. Right? We probably want additional starters in these slots, right? What other starters would we play? We could play like Pot of Extrav, but that's like really terrible because of Ixchel. We could play Ukomak, Pirire. Yeah, we could play Pirire. Yeah, that's probably the play, huh? Like that. Thoughts? Prayers? It's not terrible. And then in the extra, what do we play? I guess we could still play like IP. What else? We could play a bow? No, because that requires a fiend. We could play Almirage? That's pretty terrible. But maybe, yeah. Like normal summon Ukovac. That like kind of doesn't do anything though, because we're locked. If like this guy resolves. I don't know. Almirage isn't terrible. I mean, yeah, like literally, what else do we play? We play like, Dugaris. Is there a rank 4 fairy? We could play like Fairy Cheer Girl. You can play Dagda. How's the Darklord deck going? It's going. It's not crazy, but it's I like it. I think it's a solid increase to what the deck was previously doing. I could play Herald. Don't ask how I'm summoning it, but I could, and that's the important part. Yeah, there's not really like... The problem is there's not really any like good options here. There's just not that many fairy extra deck monsters that are worth playing. Oh yeah, well those are TCG, which we don't have access to in this because it's, you know, new OCG cards. But yeah, those would be fantastic in this. It'd be really nice. Hippo shit again. Bigger mouth. I don't know if they're on this guy. Honestly, it's probably like just generic cards, right? Like access code. Well, does that do anything? Yeah, that's a great question. I have no idea. I genuinely can't think of anything. A Dark Fairy fusion monster. All right. Fairy fusion. Dark. Yeah, that's about what I expected. What about fairy link monsters do we have? I mean, I could do like Dag does something. That doesn't really accomplish anything though. Are there just like cards, like generically, that I could play that are worth playing? Even that aren't fairy? Access Code Talker, maybe, but not really. Play Boral Sword. The problem is that they lock you into only special summoning fairies, which make it a little bit more difficult. Oh yeah, we could do nightmares. That's true. That's true. Sure. I don't know, Phoenix. Could do Griffin. Are we ever gonna summon Griffin? No. But we have it. He's there. Would it be better to play Unicorn? Actually, maybe? Or Serb? Mermaid's banned? Sure. Sure, game. Cool. Let's do some test hands with this one. I mean, this still does like the same thing that we've already seen, right? I love this. Because like if this gets stopped, I'm just kind of cooked. Is there a way to just check test hands? Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, Brilliance at 1. Would that be worth it? Maybe. That's like not a terrible option. Why is Sky Striker playing MST? That can't be right. What about Buyo? It's not in the OCG. If we made a TCG list, yeah, 1000% we play those cards. Right? Those cards are really good, but they're not in the OCG as of yet. I mean, I guess we could do, like, you know, unlimited. But that just... I don't know. It's not really worth thinking about. Oh, MST with the new MST support. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's still... I still don't think you do that. Sure, bud. I don't know, I don't play Sky Striker. Switch to TCG, right? Like, these cards are all OCG for now. But yeah, we could play this one, which then gives us access to like a Bowie queue and stuff. Kurikara. Yeah, Kurikara is not terrible, but I don't see a purpose to playing that. Your Snow Devil got MST. MST negates! That's crazy! What are the other cards that are associated with this one? What are like the TCG exclusives? Let's remove these. I'll try like a TCG version of this. Unity in the sky and loose. Did I spell that wrong? Mutiny, sorry. And then loose. What are we cutting? And then we want bow. How do you spell that? A bow. A bow. How do these cards work again? Future summon a fiend or fairy future monster from your extra deck by shuffling fiend or fairy monsters from grave into the deck as material. This card is in the grave. You can send a fiend or fairy from your hand or face a field to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. Sure. And then this guy. If this card is in your hand, you can try to fiend. Affect monster you control, negate its effects, and if you do, special summon this card. Negate its effects. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add immunity in the sky from the deck to your hand. And then this one, 3 fiend and or fairy monsters in your grave. Monsters in your left and right most zones can be destroyed by card effects. You can only use the following effects of loose once per turn. Another card you control is destroyed by card effect. You can target a card on the field and destroy it. So, we want like Terror Top, right? And Talker, Tomborg, and then we want Cheru, and we want Is this a level 3? Yeah. Should we do that, that. Probably want like Almirage. What does that accomplish? Kind of nothing. Cut Ash. Ash is kind of terrible. Reasoning? Reasoning's terrible in Darklord. Do. I'm trying to think if it's worth playing something other than this one. Like, it's probably worth playing, like... I don't know, is there another rank 3 engine? Or not rank 3, level 3 engine that we could play? Like, obviously we could play the, I don't know. Wonder if we just, like, do this, and then we just play, like... You just play, like, extra copies of Ukelback? Because, like, unless we see Terror Top, the rest of these aren't really going to do anything. Or, like, these two aren't really going to do anything, right? Because we need to go, like, Terror Top into Cherubini into Dump, Add, and then you still, like, need a normal summon to do anything there. It's not like you can send Golgalta. Yeah, we could do Tour Guide. That's, like, not terrible. But all it does is put this guy onto field, which doesn't really do anything. Like, he's a good boss monster, but it's like, if we don't draw... Like, if we just do, like, okay, let's say, for example, we play, we do Tour Guide, right? Tour Guide doesn't really get us anything. Because it has to summon a Fiend. So, like, we could go, like, Rhino, we could go, like, Tour Guide into Rhino, into Link Off into Cherubini send, or something like that. Or we could even, like, just go into Buio. And then Cherubini could send, like, Ukelback, but that doesn't really accomplish anything, because, you know... Actually, can this send? It just sends a level 3, right? Yeah. So, like, send Ukelback, but then, like, Ukelback, we'd still need, like, something else from the actual Darklord half of our deck. There's nothing that pivots into Darklord. Like, even if we go into this guy, we still need to, like, target a card or opponent controls. And because this also locks us from fairy monster effects. Or, sorry, non-fairy monster effects. It's also kind of terrible, huh? Is Quartz a fairy? Try Herald of Orange Light? It's at 1, it's not really worth playing. If it was at 3, I'd play it, yeah. If it was at 3, I'd play 3 of it, and I'd play probably Golgalta as well. The level 4 quartz. Oh, yeah. If your opponent controls a monster, you can discard this card instead of fusion continuous spell directly from your deck. That's actually not a terrible idea. But it still relies on a 2-card combo, which I don't think is necessarily worth it. Because I'd have to indulge, have it resolve, giving my opponent a card, and then still also have Quartz to search out the continuous spell. Which, like, isn't terrible, but also is still a 2-card combo that allows me to do my combo, which I already would be able to do by just sheerly having indulged there, right? Because I go indulge, like, give the opponent a thing, search out. I guess technically speaking, I wouldn't have any, like, technically would not have a 1-card combo off of Indulge. That's still the case. I think like Piri Ray is like the best option here, right? So just so that we can grab this. Because like this is the only guy that actually does the combo by itself. Okay, we'll read the rest of this. Music cards used for sense of gravity. Oh yeah, you're locked into Gemini monsters. As soon as you use that effect, you're locked into Gemini monsters. It's terrible. Foolish Burial. True. That's not terrible. Yeah, I probably should be playing Foolish. Is it worth playing like the Horus cards? Like, what if I played Horus? Like, I cut all of this stuff. I play the Horus cards. I play extra Golgaltas. That's, like, not terrible. Hold on. I totally forgot about these cards. Do the Millenniums do anything? Kind of? Not really. I don't think any of these are fairies, right? No. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. It's not great, though. Does this one lock me into fairies? No, the scent effect doesn't. It's the, token effect that does. Dawn Angel? Dawn Angel. What's the Valkyrie? It's the level 1. You can special summon a Valkyrie monster from deck. Except itself. What's the Valkyrie monster I'm summoning off of this that gets me into Darklords? They just help you make the link too? Oh, well then... Well, that doesn't... I guess that's, like, not terrible, right? Because then I could also, like, make Morningstar, kinda? Is that worth it? That's, like, not terrible, right? It's also just a guy that I could summon. You control monsters, roll monsters, you control a fairy, you special summon this card, tribute any number of fairy monsters, including this card. Okay, how does this card work? Hold on. Let me add more copies of this. To be fair, still, what am I actually summoning off of this? I guess this guy? Pierta? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna test this real quick. So if I go effect here, special effect, tribute, special effect, special effect, What do you do? Okay. Wait, hold on. Whoa, now we see that they're playing Petite Moth. And then I go like this. Pitch a card. And then I can add this guy. And then we go like this. That's like not terrible. It's like a 1.5 card combo. Are we still playing the Despia engine? Probably not. Because what would we... Like, we want to use our normal summon on this guy specifically. Right? On the special summon here. So we probably don't use the reason the Despia engine was as good as it was due to the fact that you could use the Aluber as a normal summon. And so you could just, like, normal summon a guy and then kind of go from there, right? Depending on the hand. But now there's not really a reason to do that, since you have a normal summon that you pretty much always wanted to go for, right? So there's not as much of an incentive. And it doesn't really accomplish anything. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not nearly as useful. But maybe we could. There was another high-level fairy and continuous spell that was released in the same wave as Dawn Angel. Great, well, I don't know what that is, so I couldn't tell you whether or not that's useful. Anyway, okay, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Vingolf's Blessing. Alright, we'll take a look at that. What is this? It is, when this card is activated, you can send a light fairy from deck to your hand. Fairy monsters you control. Short. Don't care. Don't care. What's the monster? Melodious Pendulum Monster. Oh, you weren't here earlier. Yeah, that was my first option. I immediately thought of that. I'm trying to think if there's other options. To be fair, this was pretty good. I did like this. Wasn't exceptional, but it was pretty good. Also, I'd probably like to cut this for like Fua or something. I'd probably like to cut these two. Maybe play like Fuas. Anyway, beside the point. Now I'm just trying to figure out if there's like another way or another engine, or if there's something better. This one's also more so TCG-esque because we're playing like TCG exclusives. This requires 2 level 3s, right? Yeah. Is there another Valk that like does anything here? Trigger Fairy, you control equip it or unequip it. And special summon it. Group monster destroyed, you destroy this card. Yeah, I don't care about popping. This one adds a normal spell, which is like very advantageous. So like if you just reveal the top card, you can grab a pretty solid spell. Ah, yes, this one. You contribute 3 fairies from your hand and or field to set a continuous spell from your deck. Send it to the graveyard during the end phase. If this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon this card, banish it when it leaves the field. I don't love this. True, 3 fairies in hand at a field? You don't really have a good way of getting to this. Okay, yes, it is a good effect when it's on the field. How are you summoning it is the problem. Sure, you could, like, use Dawn Angel. Okay, hold on. That's what I wanted to test. We'll just throw this card in here for a second. I wanted to see if I go like this and special summon this and then activate the effect. No, I can only summon the 1. So yeah, it only tributes itself if we use it. Obviously, if I were to, like, normal summon a guy, I could also do that, but right. Send it to grave and summon with effect? How? How am I sending this to grave? That's what I'm saying, is like, yeah, that sounds cool and all, but like, still, how am I getting to that? Other than, like, I don't know, Foolish Burial or something. Vingolf's Blessing can send it, but yeah, at that point, like, okay, what's the point of that? Because then I get Brilliant Fusion, and then I, yeah, that's the thing, is like, there are, I'm not saying there aren't ways to do that, it's just like, are those worth it? Is it worth playing that, as opposed to, like, just, I don't think it's worth a payoff, right? Because, like, sure, I could go, like, Brilliant Fusion, or I could go for Vingolf's, or I could go for something else of that nature, which is, like, okay. But, like, yeah, it's just, eh. Trigger and Diviner to trigger Diviner too, I guess? Yeah? Again, that's, like, again, it's not terrible, right? But what is this accomplishing? What is this, like, in service of? Is that worth? Okay, hold on. Now I have to, like, actually see the line. Diviner. This one we want what? Brilliant Fusion. We want Neff. Is it not called Nephirim? Is it called Nepirim? It's called Nepirim. Cringe. This is the one that I want, right? Yeah. And then, what do I want in the extra? We want... Not you, but... Rose Diamond? Yeah. Okay, we drew Diviner here. So, what would we accomplish with Diviner? We go normal Diviner. We go Diviner effect. We send you. Effect of you. Special summon. Tribute. 1, 2, 3. Set Brilliant Fusion. Effect of Diviner. Level 2 or lower fairy. Oh, that's so gross. Level 2 or lower? Okay, I guess? Well, if only Luce was a fairy instead of a fiend. And then I, like... Combi... I guess it'd just be the Valk, right? And then you go Valk effect. You summon this guy. And then we can go Brilliant Fusion. Send you and the Nephirim for this guy. Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. We just play like Fairy Pile? Like, I like the idea of Fairy Pile. I'm just like, like, is this the play? And then we had this guy? And then I guess we go like this? What do you do? You can add a Gem Knight card from deck to hand. During the main phase, you can normally summon a Gem Knight monster, or Gem monster. So we could play another card for like Nephirim. At least they could bait all the hand traps. That is true. Like, I don't hate this. This is not like a terrible line, right? It's just like, okay, what is this now in service of? What are we ultimately accomplishing here? Because now we have banishment. And we have... The problem is, like, we need another fairy in hand, at the very least, to be able to do this. And if we don't have that additional fairy, this doesn't do anything. But we could just play, like, fairy soup stuff. Which is not... That's like a cool idea. Dawn Angel into Ava to search the heralds. Oh yeah, we could search Herald of Orange Light with that. That's like, yeah. Again, like, that's cool. Maybe we tailor a deck to that instead. So what are we cutting? We're gonna cut all of the actually, I do think I want to keep those. Let's cut a bunch of this Darklord stuff. We're gonna cut Ixchel. We're gonna keep you. Cut you, keep you. Play one of you, no you. Tez can stick around, right? Yeah, probably. And then we have just like a bunch of bricks. And then we play... No, we probably do still play, Ixchel. At least one copy of it. Right? Then we play a Gem Knight. We play... What's his bucket? This guy, right? And then, like, another Nephirim or something. Because, like, this is just a free summon off of the Nephirim. Right. You're gonna phase, you can immediately normal summon a Gem Knight. Or a Gem Monster. If this card sends to the graveyard, you can send a card from your hands to a special summon's card. This card is not a special summon, you can add a Gem card. From deck to your hand. We can just play, like, 2 Nephirim. So you, like, send one off of a Brilliant Fusion. And then we also have, like, that way we don't just immediately brick, right? And then you have, like, the extra normal summon. You grab up the Nephirim, which is, like, another guy, which is not terrible. And then we also have, like, a rank 4 that we could make here, which is also not bad. So we can make, like, Dugaris. We can search a guy off of Dugaris. We like draw cards off of Dugaris. Because I'm not locked into fairies by that point, right? There are Chrysia lines? Yeah. You're not wrong. Are they worth it? Maybe. Herald's at 3. This looks terrible. Is it? Do we play Blackout? Probably play like if we just put these in the side. No, they're pretty solid. I don't want to set Rebellion is the problem. I don't really want to grab Evenly Matched either. I guess we'll put that in the side and we'll play yeah, I guess Blackout. I really don't love that. I'm like genuinely trying to think if this does anything. I'm like, okay, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, and I'm like, what does this accomplish? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't fucking know. There's not really like a good payoff here. Like there are good ideas. Okay, let's just test some hands, shall we? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, uh-huh. Yeah, for sure. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sure. Ava, yeah. And then... yeah, now fucking what? Then I go into this guy. Yeah. Problem is I don't have a way of getting this guy out of my hand now, is the problem. Yeah. She's like, I don't do anything, Let's try again. I think there's something here. Never mind, this hand is ass. Oh no! Hold on, I do need Almirage. What are we cutting? 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 We're cutting you. Almirage. Let's try this. Let's try this. We make the Parshath and summon the guy from hand then. See, now we're talking. See, now we're... Hold on. Before we do that. Let's take your Tomborg. I want to see what this line accomplishes. We go Cheru. We go Cheru. We send, loose. Target. We go loose. Add this guy. Summon. This guy's a fucking fairy? Oh, I didn't even know. Wait, why can't I activate this effect? Huh? Am I locked? What's happening? Did it just lock me? What? Ah, okay. We'll go like this into this guy. 1, 2, 3. Here. Coolio. What does this one do? Okay. Finish this guy. Add this guy. I did a bit of an oopsie, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but then I can't do anything. Then I don't have a payoff! Ah! Oh, also, I absolutely should put this guy over here. I think there's something there. There's something there. It's something. It's not great though. It's not great though. Okay, hold on. Let me see this diviner line. Diviner, send you. It's a 1.5 card combo, but it's more of like 1 2/3 card combo because you need a very specific card. And then trigger Ava. And I could do one of two things. I could either summon the Ava here, or I could summon this. And I think it's always this guy, right? Because this guy is just sent to the grave. Okay. So then we do this, and we send you, and we send you, and we summon this guy, and we go Effecto, and we go Effecto, and we pitch this guy, and we go here, and we add this one, and then why didn't this trigger? If this card's a normal special summon, you can add a Gemini card from deck to your hand, except itself. I should have Gemini Armadillo in my deck to search. Is there a reason I can't do that? What is preventing me from searching off of Nephirim? Nepirim? What am I missing? Did I just misclick? I may have just misclicked. That's a possibility. That was like genuinely part of the combo though, because then I make Dugaris, right? That's okay. We're gonna go like this with these two into IP, and we're gonna go Ava, and we're gonna grab. We're gonna banish those two. We're gonna grab you, and we're gonna grab you. Yeah. And then we're gonna go for this. We send you to add itself back to hand. And we go like this. This guy. You. Put him back. Put you here. And then we can go like this. We add... Normally we would add this guy. We're gonna add contact here. And then we contact this guy. And then go this guy. And then we go here, you, here. Effect. Pitch. Tez. Add. Should put that there. What does this do? Fucking nothing! What am I supposed to add here? Instead of contact. I add... No, because I've already used my normal. That's how I got to this position. So, like, this guy kind of doesn't do anything. So we add Ixchel. And just, like, hope and pray that we draw better. Yeah, sure. Maybe instead of banishment, we just add droplet. And then we have, like, droplet access. Maybe? No, because then we can't contact into that. I don't know. Does this summon... No, it summons a level 2 or lower fairy. The reason we're playing... Okay, the reason we're playing the Gem Knight cards is because the Gem Knight cards allow you to go into the... They put additional bodies onto the field, which is nice. And 2, they allow you to actually go into the Darklord stuff off of this card. right? So there's that. This is not a Gem Knight card, right? No. I clicked the wrong button. What do we cut for Persia? Mirage, Typhon, a Bow. What are you? My brain hurts. Terrible draw. It's just a hard break. Go Diviner, Diviner effect. Diviner. Send you. It's just Eva here. Huh. I don't know. There's something here. Yeah, I just don't know. There's something here. That's all I can say. I don't know how good it is, though. Okay, what am I missing? If this card is normal or special summon, add a Gem Knight card. Do I not have a Gem Knight card? Is this not considered? It is not considered a Gem Knight card. That's why. Okay, if that is the case, then... like Quartz, because at the very least it's a fairy that I could like normal summon as a 4. Sure, I could play Garnet just as a hard Garnet. I could play Gem Knight Fusion and go for another Fusion summon. How useful is that? What does that accomplish? We go into is there a card I would care to go into? Seraphinite to give me an extra normal? No, probably not. This one doesn't really do anything though, is the problem. It's the use for the material of a fusion summon sent to the graveyard or banished. You can add a Gem Knight monster from your grave to hand. Sure. In which case, we technically don't need to play this. Second copy of this. Normal monster from deck. Crystal Rose doesn't count. Armadillo. I mean, we could play Gem Knight Fusion and then just like add a Gem Knight Fusion, which like kind of does stuff. It's like okay. I mean, we could do that. That is an option. We could just go Christia, which is like a choice. But that also is like really terrible. Because then you just die to everything under the sun. I'm just trying to think how that would even, like, work. What would we even get off of that? Because, like, how are we dumping Christia and then reborning it? Consistently. I guess you could go, like... you know, you could do this whole line with the, Divine Follower for Brilliant Fusion, and then you could go Brilliant Fusion for Nephirim for Christia. Nephirim Christia for, Rose Diamond. And then, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Brother, I don't know. I don't know. I could not tell you. Honestly, it's still probably worth it playing an additional Gem Knight. Like, we could just play Quartz. Is it very good? No, not necessarily, but, like, we could. It's just, like, a guy. And it happens to be a fairy. And it's, like, an additional 4 that we could use for Doug. I don't know. Did I add Parshath? Am I stupid? No, I did. Okay, cool. Okay, I'll come to this guy, flip to this guy, grow talk. Talk at all or... Shiryu. Send. Target. Cool. Now what? Parshath can search Christia, but you need to play the Brick Field spell, and an agent name or Darklord Fusion summon Christia from grave. All of that sounds absolutely not worth it. I guess the question is, how are we getting Christia into the grave while still being able to set up for the fusion? That's the real question. Like, is there a consistent way of doing that? Probably not, right? Okay, we go, send Fecto here, Fecto, you here, Ava. I could lock myself into fairies, right? This is a fairy, right? Yeah, okay. So I could lock myself into fairies by going into this guy and then going into this guy. That doesn't really accomplish anything, so we're just gonna go Ava. Ava, flip up this guy, effective this, send you and you here, yeah. You and you. Pitch this guy, I guess. And then add fusion. Or not fusion. Add the other thing. You. These two. this. 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 Yeah, I'm supposed to summon Tez there, I think. I'm sorry, what? If another face-up fairy. Yeah. Hold on. This hand doesn't do anything. Comedy. Brain hurts. What level does the continuous spell send again? I think it's 9. This hand technically does something, right? I could go like this. Search this guy. And go like this. I guess we actually give this guy and add this guy. Yup. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't love this. Yeah. Let's go like this. You, and the opponent card here. And then like this. Summon this guy, and then effective this guy, summon this guy. Do I have anything that these cards accomplish? No, they just look pretty. That's pretty much it. And then... yeah, because I'm locked into... Does this look good? I don't know. I don't think it does. It looks kind of like shit. It looks like what we were previously doing, just worse. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Interesting, though. Very interesting ideas. Like, there's a bunch of stuff in here that we could theoretically make. But we also died on every hinge traveling at the sun, which is an if-you. I don't know. 2 Valkyries there for moral support. Yeah, it's like, the problem is, and this is a problem that is not solved by anything, is that there's not a generic payoff for the Darklord cards that you can, like, go into, right? Because you're locked into fairies. Yeah, if Apo wasn't banned, like, easy, make Apo, you know, all of a sudden this becomes a million times better, right? But, like, in a world with Apo banned, where it belongs, there's not a generic fairy monster that's worth going into. I don't know. This board's, like, not terrible, right? And, like, the previous Darklord boards that we were making were also not terrible. Like, again, it's not that the boards are terrible. It's that playing into boards and breaking boards and playing into hand traps and stuff like that are, like, really meh. Yep, Apo's a fairy. Hell, like, if I could, I would make, I'd make this one as well. But it's a fiend! It's a fiend! I don't know. There's, like, so... I don't know. There's so many cards that, like, I would love to make, but I can't because of the fairy lock. Surely you know the result. Yeah, just search Kurigara. That's why I'm playing, like, a bunch of board breakers and stuff like that. I don't know. It seems... It's sticky. It's not hard. Or, like, it's kind of difficult to get through. I don't know. It's not really worth it. Goddess has 2 left hands? Yeah. I did know that. I did know that. Yeah. No, she doesn't. What are you talking about? Wait. No, she doesn't. This is one finger. It goes around. Here's her thumb. And then these are all fingers in the back. It's just closed. Like this, like a fist. Just looks weird from the angle it's at, because, like, her thumb is like this. It's kind of like... I don't even show you. It's I don't know, it's kind of clunky and weird. But it's kind of like this. But like this. So it looks like the hand is... Yeah, there you go. That's kind of what it looks like. So, like, this kind of looks like a thumb. But this is the thumb. It doesn't look like 2 left hands. Yeah, this is like the... This is the thumb, and then this is the finger. But the finger goes behind the other thumb. And then all of the dark shadows make it look like those are her knuckles. As opposed to being the like, finger tips. And then it also doesn't help that, like, the way her cuff and arm look, it does look like she has 2 left hands. But you could also interpret it the other way, as it's a left and a right. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, like us very much, so appreciate it. And remember to always stay frosty.